Burnley away in the fourth round of the FA Cup. No, you're not watching a repeat. It's happened again. And here we are. Yeah, so hey up, how's it going? Welcome back to York City. I did in the end decide to bring you the Burnley match just because it was going to be a big old gap otherwise. Yes, so we have been in this position before. Burnley away in the FA Cup fourth round. Last time was a 1-0 win from them, thanks to a Goodmanson penalty, and Lee Tao was sent off in the 92nd minute. So, yeah, we've been here before. A good solid 3 years ago. Of course, now we're in the Championship and they're in the Premier League, so they are still divisions ahead of us, but it's now only a 1 division gap rather than 2. Back then was League 2 to the Championship. And they are narrow favourites for this one. Now, there is some big pieces of news now. Obviously, Wilson is suspended, as we all knew from last time out. Nicolas Velasquez has damaged cruciate ligaments. So he's out for 9 months. And Madeira has a gashed lower leg. That one's less of a problem due to obviously Alonso's arrival. Steps in immediately and fills that gap. But yeah, Velasquez is the big one there. 9 months without Velasquez. That all said though, 3-0 against Middlesbrough. Wilson was only unavailable for the one match thanks to yellow cards. He scored twice in this and then South made it 3. All wrapped up by half time. And then a 1-0 win where Borges got an early goal against Watford and we saw it out. Those injuries to Velasquez and Madeira were the trade-off in that particular win. 3 points on the board. Championship-wise, just to bring you up, we lie actually only 2 points outside the playoffs. Remarkably, after a rotten December, we have won every single match in January, and that is the result. Brentford, by the way, back-to-back 5-0 losses. Not the best time to be a Brentford fan. That said, they're still just about in 6th. Today is, of course, about that FA Cup match. Now, I don't think I'm actually going to be doing any other match other than this one, just because the next one is in a week's time and is, well, a team we've already played this season on an episode. So 5 matches won in a row. Burnley's form is poor. There's an opportunity here. So, whilst we do have injuries in this whole palaver, there are some good pieces of news. Ebersbach is back for 75 minutes worth of action. I will start Lee Tao for this one, though. Possibly more importantly, Shaw is back, finally, at right back. We actually have a full roster of fullbacks again for the first time in about 3 months in game. So the lineup against Burnley is Dutra, Davila, Borges, Edgar, Shaw. So good to have that back line back in full. Lentas replaces Wilson, Nassel, and Squires replaces Velasquez. Alonso on the left, Lee Tao on the right. That's actually the same as it was, I think, last time you saw it. Of course, Madeira stepped back in the meantime and is now out again. South starts up front. So let's have a quick look at their team. It is largely unrecognisable to their current team. Ben Gibson, a couple of bench players. They've acquired Berkey, Weah, and Gabriel Barbosa. So reasonable acquisitions, even if they're not necessarily performing particularly well. So yeah, just while I run through this team talk with the lads, I'm going to do the media one. Just a quick update in regards to transfers. Nothing in or out for this January period really worth mentioning. As such, the biggest news is outbound. Sergi's agreed to leave at the end of the year, and Vitor Gonçalves has gone for £0, basically, in this transfer window. So that's just money off the wage bill more than anything else. Yeah, Vitor Gonçalves, sort of an unfortunate casualty of progressing faster than he did, I think. As Zeknini is through here. Squires heads clear a little bit. Burke, they're back on the ball though. And Davila has intercepted that header. And Alonso now charges at their defence instead and runs through it. Self does an interesting knock past number 14 and smashes it into former Borussia Dortmund, I think, goalkeeper Berkey. I just want to see this little dink in 3D as South naps it round number 14, who doesn't even really react to the fact that it goes across his path. Great finish, not a great save. Just checking my wires aren't crossed. Yes, by Newcastle, 34-year-old Roman Burki. Still pretty decent. Just while I'm here, they are bottom of the Premier League. So this one is actually well within our reach. Wolves. Why does this game always put Wolves in danger at some point? I really think they're here to stay now. Myself with his third goal of the season. Finally on the old score sheets again. As a corner begins with Nacelle, who I keep forgetting to take off corners. Doesn't matter, he's got it to Edgar's head and Edgar's put it in the goal. 5 goals for him this season. That's more than any striker. Well then. Edgar's bobbed it in there. Lovely job. Yeah, I think King has 3. Self now has 3. Shot has 2, I want to say. Edgar has 5. He's a central defender. Lee Tao smashes it at Berkey, and we're 2-0 up at Burnley, who have bigger pressing issues. Like, we're knocking on the door of the playoffs, but that's a door that I don't really want to go through just yet. So I'm happy to stay in the FA Cup at the detriment of our league campaign at this point. Whereas I'm pretty certain Burnley would rather just not really bother with it at this point. We are very much capitalising on their ness, as they've had 0 shots on target, and we're starting to see maybe why they're bottom of the Premier League. Keep it up. I'm not even going to bother saying don't get complacent. They've had literally nothing in this game, and those are famous last words. And actually, not just, we've injured Timothy Weah, unfortunate. And not just because, obviously, Derby we've already played this year. I kind of just want to have a little bit of a shortened episode as well. I am aware quite a lot of the episodes recently have run a little longer than I would kind of naturally like, I guess. Villa is in here. Lee Tao's made it 3. Redemption from the last time we played them. Last time he was sent off. This time he's made it 3-0. Crazy to think he's still in this team. Alonso out to Davila here, who whips it in quite nicely. Drills it almost across the box, and Lee Tao smashes it past former Borussia Dortmund goalkeeper Roman Berkey. I will keep saying that. The fact that we've scored 3 goals against that goalkeeper is... He's 34, but still, I'm taking that as James Tarkowski comes on and makes it, allows a 4th goal to go in. Was that Tarkowski at fault for that one as well? I would laugh if it was. They just brought him on as a little bit of experience, and I've got a sneaky suspicion he was the one challenging for that. He was, and Alonso beats him to it. Good old 6 foot plus of Alonso. It's 4-0 at Burnley. I've not made any changes. Screw it. Some people sub 70% fitness at this point. We will change them. Carter can come on for Nacelle, who's had a stonkingly good game without scoring himself again. 9.1 from him. Shaw's on 70%. We'll get him off. You know what? We'll give Evers back 10 minutes worth of fitness. Don't really see Burnley getting back into this one now. They still had 0 shots on target. We've actually had 0 clear-cut chances and we're 4-0 up. Remember what I said about clear-cut chances being utterly broken in the way that they register? Yep. Clearly still a thing. This time in our favour for once, though. Anyway, Zagnini is moving forward with a rare attack for Burnley. And, well, this might end up with a consolation for them. Nope, Shell's nabbed that as Zagnini nearly runs it out. Lee Tao. Back to Edgar. Forward to Lee Tao once more. Dips it past to Shell, who gives it back once more. And Alonso's there. Is he offside? No, I think it's a good run. I'm seeing absolutely no triggers that say this might be offside. Shell on this near side gives it back to Lee Tao, who smashes it across the box. And Alonso, even in 3D, looks like he was offside, but we don't see his starting position. And now all those changes can take place. Squires with an opportunity to make this 6. Ebersbach does make it 6. What is happening? Like, I know they don't want to be in it, but they could at least try to make it respectable. Ebersbach, welcome back. 2nd goal of the season. He's onside. I don't know why we're seeing the onside lines for that one. I mean, this is ridiculous. We've been balanced. We've not even attacked them at any point. Well, I feel somewhat better about my decision to bring you this Burnley match now. Dutra, by the way, 420 minutes of football without conceding, apparently. Which, if my maths is correct, is nearly 5 games. Nobody gave us a chance against the team rock bottom of the Premier League, who clearly don't want to be in this competition. Some Championships games played today, none of them affect our positioning as such. I think we do drop position, maybe. The only one that would have affected us would have been this Luton Reading game had they won it. But they didn't. So, 2 points the gap remains. A little bit of money. I think I needed to give him a day's rest anyway. I mean, that's a ridiculous stat sheet. Can I just have a look at their schedule? I want to see what their recent games have been. 3 losses in a row. I mean, Birmingham can get past them and they're in the same division as us. They lost to Brighton, West Brom and Newcastle. So teams you would sort of suspect would be in a similar region. Yeah, Newcastle, Brighton, West Brom are actually doing quite well. Hang on. Man United. Continuing. What? Oh, hello. Man City are having a Liverpool season. Where's Watford? In our division. I think what I will do here is if there are any transfers between now and the end of the window, I'll bring you them now. If not, I'll see you again for Wigan and Nottingham Forest. Oh, and of course I'll bring you the draw. Because I will remember this time. So not many teams left in this now. Of course, it's a round of, I want to say 16, 8 matches. And we're drawn first against, my team, Newcastle. Is it me or are there not a lot of big teams left in this? Liverpool have Wolves. And Man City gets Stoke because, when will they ever draw another Premier League side? That's it. No Tottenham, no United, no Arsenal, no Chelsea. There weren't any surprises in the last round. There weren't any surprises in the third round because I literally told you that. There must have been surprises this round. Okay, Liverpool played Chelsea. West Brom knocked out Arsenal. Bournemouth beat Tottenham, actually, I do remember that one. And Everton beat Man United. Okay. You know what? If we keep drawing sort of relegation-threatened Premier League sides or Championship sides, we might be in a shout of having a decent run here. Well, not transfer news, but another massive injury. Dutra. 8 weeks is quite a lot for me to be relying on my backup. So, the main things is we sold Shuref for £300,000, slightly undervalued, but we weren't playing him, so any money's great. Apologise. He was brought in as a stopgap. It was brought in as a stopgap, and that's literally what he was. It was actually fairly decent in all the stats that we needed from him in that position, but he's actually left-footed on that left-hand side, so don't really play winger. But the main one is we just brought in for fairly hefty wages Jesse Gironan from Lazio just to cover for Dutra while he's out. So obviously that's 8 weeks without Dutra plus his recovery time, so that could end up being more in the ballpark of 10 weeks maybe, potentially. That's quite a long time to be without your first choice keeper. And yeah, he's on the same level as him, and £4,900 per week. It will do. It's quite a lot of money, but it just keeps us within our wage budget. But that's it. So I will see you again for Wigan and Nottingham Forest. Until then, ta-ra. 6-0.